recording. Okay, so we got, let's just plop down you right here because you're important. Alright, so we have you, and let's just place you like roughly in the middle of you two. Oops. I'll just bring all of our precious ore into here. And like I said, we don't need this full array. So let's limit it to like here. I like to have like one full screen on it. Cool. And it has 5 outputs. Right. Number 1 comes down here. Oops, that's too far. And it's just going to be a bunch of hooking up everything. I can't wait until we have night vision goggles. Well, that shouldn't... Like, that's actually something. Hey! I need to look up that on not screen, because that was a bad location for that to be. I cannot parse that. Sorry. Actually, only 4 followers to 500. It's not bad. Hey, modules are finished. Alright, so what we wanted from that was radar amplification 4. Because we need to see stuff. Alright, cool. So that's 1 done. Now we just gotta do it again. It's very exciting, I know. Let's make sure these are at the same, like, X level. Alright. I was just seeing Japan and did not parse that it was Japanese. I was like, Japanese esse? I cannot. Okay, that makes more sense. Oh, hi. I woke up like an hour ago. Okay, it was actually like 2 hours ago at this point. I don't have an excuse. I want belt immunity. I miss my belt immunity. Okay. And just same thing as before. Let's just like hook these up. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, and coming this way. And I'm just trying to think of like what do I talk about? I'm just laying belts. Alright, so coming down here, and hooked up there. Alright, so there are our iron ore drop pops for steel. Yeah, so next one we need just our stone one. The stone one, we don't need a 6 long. Like these ones I like to have 6 long because it's great. Stone we probably just need like 4 long. Like let's be honest. On the same file, right? Yep, it is. By Y, I mean that's the x-axis, not the y-axis. I know my axes. Oh wow, it got dark. You know, let's hook up all these to lights just to actually have light, because that'd be nice. Sure, it'll cost us power, but they're doing fine on power. Where you can draw power from the main bus and not like grabbing it, like linking from thing to thing to thing. Just because it's like when you dismantle a part of the bus, you don't want to accidentally cut off power to, say, steel production. But having it on this main line, you're rarely going to cut these power poles. Unless you're like redesigning that line, at which point you're taking care to make sure that, hey, we don't want to cut these lines. Alright, so there's no more radar amplification we can do. But yeah, that's doing real good. Like, honestly, like, this, actually, probably like, this one is probably redundant at this point. So I'll just, oops. Why can't I mark you for deconstruction? That's weird. And it was like the right one too, yeah. Okay, so next we need to finish our bus. We did not mean to do that. Well, we need more train stops, but I mean, this is the last train that we're gonna be putting down probably. Alright, so we need to have it, oh, excuse me, sorry. 5 long, so this will have it be 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could probably go like right there. And you're gonna reconnect to the main line, and that doesn't, it reconnects without too much space. This is what I was talking about, kind of like starting to not have quite enough space. So we need 4 of these, so 1, 2, 3, so last, essentially all of the last 2. And we'll plop you down right there. And the color for stone will be, oh, so also this will be stone drop off at bus, or well, yeah, main bus. And stone it recommends 150, 100, and 80. Cool. These I don't mind like using just like big power poles to connect the like the actual like stations, because they're stations. Like I'm not gonna be dismantling these stations. Alright, so we'll need another warehouse and plop these in. Oh, that's it. We could probably just go with like a storehouse for this one. Oh, we know we have 4 coming in, so storehouses are only 3 to a side. I don't know what routine you're doing in the chat, but just don't make it weird. Alright, so we need more transport belts. We need another warehouse. Which means we need more stone bricks. And more iron. And some more steel, as always. But this is why this steel enough buffer is nice. It's like, we need a lot of it in very short succession. And we'll just make 2 warehouses right now, because we'll need, excuse me, we'll need a second one. Also, we could probably use more, belts. Belts. Right. Like I said, we're probably not going to have, I'm probably going to build, actually, like, for this part, since, like, I don't mind building on the other side at the very beginning, I'm probably going to build, basic electric circuits, right here, so green circuits, and, like, just have them come in the line here, and not worry about, Also, this one was supposed to be iron ore, right? Because we had steel, no, this one was supposed to be iron ore. Hey, Pharaohty. This one is supposed to be iron ore, so, let's let's grab the iron ore from one of the actual, like, iron ones, rather than the steel, because the steel requires 5, each station provides 5 lines, while the iron ore only provides 4 lines, or I mean the iron plate, outpost will only provide 4 lines, and, that's a bit nicer. Alright, I'm just gonna have to ask you to tone it down or I will kick you. Or at least silence you. Can I just mute people? I can time them out. That's not really what I want to do. It is really not probably a great idea to put the mod this person button right next to the ban this person button, because that feels like you could make a mistake very easily. Alright, so running back up here. Gonna do the exact same thing with stone. And this one only has 4, so we'll have 4 come in. Alright, cool. You're gonna come in, and then we have 3 outward. So 2 going to stone and 1 for the actual, like, bus itself. Or we could just be smarter and just be like, hey, let's not make this as wonky, and just be like, hey, you just go straight across, you go up, and you go up. That looks better. Right, so, stone, bricks. Next thing up is copper. So, the next actual... Yeah, I'm just done with you. Alright, so... Wait, did we set the, Oh, you weren't actually done with all of your, stuff. I didn't realize that. So your, I don't think I set the filter. So copper, so the other 2 on this line is going to be, gears. So those actually won't be added for a little while. So let's just go here. Which smelting column was it? Yeah, I think it was this one. Right, so let's also turn it off our bot one. And let's change it to the one we want. And also say, hey, you only remove lamps, please, because we also don't need lamps because our lamps are light powerfuls. I really should make a modded version of this blueprint. Alright, so these next 2 over here are gears, so they don't need to be added. Spacing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. And you're gonna come here. That's one thing we should probably add to our bar is I don't have this balancer book being very fancy just because it's yellows. Most of the weird balancers I have just in my blue book. I don't have copies. But I have like the basic balancers in blue and red books. But if we need one of the fancier ratios, all that said, with Vanilla Plus, balancers are a lot less necessary. Because it's one of the benefits actually of using these warehouses and inserters, where they also act as balancers, which is really nice. So they're a buffer and a balancer, in all in one. Cool. So actually, we don't need all this, and we're just gonna have this go right into a balancer. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted you. Oops, nope. Balance me, please. Oh, it's not actually on build mode. That's what I want. What if you have too many buffers and balancers? I mean, there's something to be said. I think The problem comes with like too many buffers is just that if you need to move the buffer, then it's annoying. Like if you fill up a warehouse with like an ore and you realize I don't need this ore here anymore, then you have the problem of, okay, I'm stuck with all this ore and I can't. It's like, what am I doing with this? Say trees only. Say we don't need you. And they can be annoying because you gotta start training it back out and you've wasted power, like shipping it in and stuff like that, which is not ideal. But it's oh, excuse me. It's not the end of the world. Hey, Speak Easier. How's it going? And I think you are follower number 500. Woo! Insert fanfare here. Unfortunately, we're gonna run over this coal patch, but you know it's not the end of the world. And probably another one of these. Can you throw the ore that is too much to the garbage if you build too many buffers? I mean, you can, but I feel bad about that. Like, most of the things I like to garbage are either like waste products and things like bobs, weird things like that. Like I'm just like making too much sulfur or something from oil processing, or things that are like just not recyclable. Like after the early game, wooden electric poles. I don't mind just like voiding those. But if it's like here's a giant like warehouse full of like iron ore, that's 360,000 iron ore. Like that isn't nothing. And it's also that's 360 iron. It's still less power to transport it to where you do need it than to mine that much ore again. Hi. Wooden electric bulbs? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Wait, let's see where. Okay, we're not on you. We do need more. Oh, no, we actually have plenty of ambots. I just have these to mark where this is. Oh, shoot. This isn't where I wanted it. I wanted one over because this was going to be circuit boards. So we want it actually one over. This is where we want it. Which is annoying. But, you know, we will make do. Alright. Got you going. I wanted too far. I'm ordering these based on like how commonly does a outpost need it. And I mean, there's something to be said that like more outposts need green circuits than you do copper ore, but I mean not copper ore, but copper plates. But I feel it feels right that copper plates and steel and iron plates should be right next to each other. So I put them onto the same one. It's really just a personal preference. Just getting the stuff so because it's like things can have a problem where like they'll loop ghosts will despawn if they're over an obstacle for too long. Wait, so that's gonna be copper. And we'll worry about making the station a little bit. So next thing we need is iron. So what I'm gonna do is actually I'm just going to copy this entire array. This is gonna be iron line number 1. And that's gonna be iron line number 2. And that will actually be all of the smelters we use. Excuse me. We also say that, hey, you are bus copper. And where we're standing right here is, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Bus iron. Cool. And then after here, we can actually starting. Oh wow, that's a lot of iron. Oh, that is a 65 million iron patch. Ooh, that's rough to be running over, but oh yeah. Like I said, I put the richness of these patches very high on this pack because I'm not using infinite ores, because I don't want to just have to build. Like, I don't... Building a new mine for something you've already built is not challenging. It's like, it's not engaging content, in my opinion. Okay, so this is all of our iron. And for our final iron, at the very end... So I'm gonna actually run... Well, I'm gonna run just like the edge of the copper all the way up, just so we have a starting point. We do need to increase the... We do need to increase where, whatchamacallit is. We need to bring all these back up too, but we're not doing that right now. So, yeah, use it. The final product, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we need to balance all this first. And actually, let's do it a bit like further up here for our marking. And for that, we have 8 lines of copper. Iron, I mean. Talking is hard. For 8 lines of copper, we need an 8-day balancer. Fortunately, it's not the 16-16. If you've ever had to build this by hand, it's a pain. 8-day balancer, which will just go right here. I mean, where are you gonna be? You're gonna be coming in right. That seems good. Oops, that's 1 too high. Alright, and you're gonna come in here, and you're gonna come in up here. You're gonna come in here and here. And this will be the final lines of iron. And actually, right here is where we're going to put the exit of our station here. Oh, it's actually very convenient that we have oil right here. Because I think the next part we're going to do is I'm going to put a... How do I want to do this? So I want to put a T-junction like right here. And I kind of want to like leave this oil patch good. So let's just have the T-junction go just straight over this, coal patch. Come on, build it. Alright. Come on. You want to build these before the actual, like, when you're building the bus itself, because otherwise it is a pain to, whatchamacallit. So, it is awkward that this coal's here, but the thing is like, at some point we will dismantle the bus, and we might mine this out at some point just to get rid of it, but until then, it's not an issue. But notably, we have this oil here, which is going to be actually the next thing that we build. It's the first outpost we're building is actually going to be our oil processing. Oh, we have not been researching. That's dumb. Right, so, yeah. So next we want sulfur, because I want to get to chemical processing. Because I want to get just enough chemical processing to unlock advanced oil processing. Like, so you're all there. We need to finish adding in you here. Oop, you do not need to be on right now. because I just prefer to set up my initial oil setup with advanced oil processing in mind, because I don't want to have to do that otherwise. Right, and setting up all these arrays will probably be something I do like between streams, just because that's just like a lot of AFKing and placing down all the furnaces, and it's not exciting content. It's like we're not at the point where we're just like making so much and bots can do it, where I just need to be a bot off camera. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so we're running low on belts, which is not ideal, and it is a problem because we need lots of belts. But getting back is really far. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get the off ramp of the station, and I'm gonna set up a little, not off ramp, but like off station. I'm also gonna take termite bites and just kill this little forest. Be careful of termite bites because it will eat through some of your materials. It'll eat through railroads and like power poles and stuff like that. So you don't want to use it. Like you want to use termites before you build. And I also need to signal this whole like line, but we'll do that later. And like I said, this whole line is really akin to just like, we're running this as an outpost. So let's grab our out. This is going out of the outpost. And take off these signals. Got that? Oh. And the final thing we're going to have here is actually a tiny little station. And this is going to be, oh, we don't have any train stops. Can we make a train stop? Please tell me I can make a train. Yes, I can make a train stop. Okay, we need to make more train stops. And it doesn't actually matter how far it goes. I'm gonna have it go around this little oil patch. How rich is this oil patch? Actually, that's a decent richness oil patch. That'll just be able to be. We won't need to train in oils because this oil will last us probably for a good while. And if we need to train oil, we'll just like add a little oil drop off here. And we'll come on here. Just add some and finally we'll add a stop. Which will just be right here. And this is going to be station. And we'll call this bus oil. Because that's what it's gonna be closest to. Hey, Andy Max. And let's actually rechange the station name, and this is going to be bus smelting. Just so it's a bit more verbose, like talking. This is where you get bus smelting. And notably, we want to get back home. So let's go to bus oil. You want to go fluid count, and come on over to bus oil, because we want to get back home. Hey, finish sulfur processing. And I'll pick up the chemical science pack, which requires advanced circuits, engine units, and all that. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's add the color, and let us go to buy smelting. And I'm gonna call this episode for YouTube here, and I'll see you in a bit.